Visual on a 1053. Stand
You
by.
have the right to remain silent.
The Precinct, a game that was on my list, but due to circumstances I actually never picked it up. But earlier this year, it finally happened just after I finished my top 10 video of 2025. And then you always see that this is a missed gem that could easily have been included in that list. And so, here is after all my review. And so, with a small spoiler, a review full of praise. Let's get started. In The Precinct you play as Nick Codell, a junior officer who just joined the force and as a rookie has to learn the ropes. However, you are the son of a legendary police chief who unfortunately died on the job, killed in a confrontation with a criminal gang.
Your father would have been proud. I know he inspired you to enlist in the ACPD. And if that motivates you to be a good cop, I'm all for it.
Thank you, sir.
I've been meaning to clear the air about something else as well. You might have heard things, but I want you to get it straight from me. The department did everything we could to track down your father's killer. I headed the investigation myself, but on a case this big, in a town this dirty, no one wants to step forward for fear of catching a bullet of their own.
But now, as an officer, you're going to fight those gangs and crime itself in Averno City, a rundown city in the early 1980s.
Come on, Kelly, you know that isn't true. This city hasn't paid its bills in years.
In doing so, you more or less accidentally stumble upon a conspiracy centered on corruption, through which you discover the true story of your father's death. It's a relatively simple cop story, but it's told well with excellent characters who also have decent voice acting and cynical humor.
I'll see you in the morning. Unless I die in my sleep. God, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
That's dark. You're a dark person.
The characters aren't lip-synced, but they appear repeatedly in static comic strip scenes, a bit like Hi-Fi Rush for example. And it actually works perfectly well for this kind of narrative.
A guardian of peace and a shining pillar of hope in a city sorely in need. Right now, though, this pillar of hope needs a stiff drink.
The gameplay is where this game really shines in my opinion. As a police officer, you literally go out on the streets on various patrols. You can wait to be called, but if you keep your eyes open you can catch plenty of lawbreakers on your own initiative. You can issue tickets for traffic violations such as illegal parking or speeding, but note that when you ticket someone you must provide the correct reason. For example, if someone is parked on the sidewalk and you give them a ticket for parking near a fire hydrant, the game will deduct earned XP. But of course it doesn't stop at simple traffic violations. Gang fights, carjackings, drug deals, it all comes your way and you constantly have to take the right actions. For example, use appropriate force. You can't just shoot someone spraying graffiti. You also have to keep your eyes open and follow your instincts. You might have to frisk people who are nervous or search their cars, or check for outstanding warrants.
Holy Jesus!
Cars that drive nervously and weave across the road might be worth stopping for a breathalyzer test. And you can, of course, randomly activate the beep beep siren for a random check. As long as you make the right decisions at the end of the encounter. And this is incredibly fun to do. I often caught myself completely ignoring the story objectives and just going on the patrols. I found those the most fun. Very simple offenses like a speeding tickets can escalate to a wild chase and a shootout to the death, and I really enjoyed that unpredictability. Every time I went on a patrol, I wondered what I could encounter next, and over-the-top action was usually guaranteed. This ensured that the otherwise rather repetitive gameplay loop, from frisking to ID checks to searching cars, etc., never got boring, because you could suddenly find a prohibited weapon or drug which you can act upon. You earn XP for everything, and as you level up you get new items to use on patrols such as new weapons, uniforms, cars and even an entire K9 unit. The controls are also excellent, although the shootouts were sometimes difficult when the top-down controls weren't quite working along. Also, the interaction points at vehicles are so close to each other, you sometimes accidentally performed an incorrect action that you didn't intend to. And sometimes during a chase you clearly see a hit and run offense, but the game won't register it. And so it can happen that you put a false charge on a suspect, for example. Or when a car is indeed too close to a crosswalk and deserves a ticket, but at another time it's apparently 1 foot too far away according to the game. It all feels a bit random at times. It certainly is clunky at times, but most of the time everything is a blast to shoot and drive and you are the ultimate cop on the streets.
Quitting time.
The Precinct looks great. with a fun graphic style that, combined with the gritty streets of Averno City, creates a nice contrast. Especially at night, when the emergency lights of the police cars reflect off the buildings and the road, this game looks at its best.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Otherwise, there's relatively little to criticize. The game's performance is quite good and I encountered few oddities, except for the occasional lack of audio. Something like radio music, background music, or the sounds of a bustling city. At times it was just silent.
Have I gone deaf?
In my opinion, the Precinct is a really fun game and a missed gem from the last year. It's not the biggest game and after 12 hours you'll be completely done with it, but it's still fun to go out just on a patrol every now and then. I give the Precinct an 8.7. And with that, I hope that if you missed it, you'll check it out as well. And that brings us to the end of this review. What did you think of the Precinct? Did you play it or did you miss it as well? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, it helps my channel immensely. For live gameplay you can visit my Twitch, twitch.tv/gameplayofjay, and don't forget to follow me there as well. For more content, check out the suggestions on the left or the channel on the right. And for now, thanks for watching, see you in the next video, bye!